we do have a tech enthusiast, Brighton Mwasaru. Ameniambia hana kazi saizi.
Yeah, hana title.
He's resting. Hana title.
Usi mwenzetu.
He's not hustling. He's not hustling.
Mwaka yeye ametulia. Wewe ndio uko na shida.
Life, I mean, I don't have a problem.
Wewe uko na title.
Tunatupa mashida huko wale. Anyway, good morning Brighton.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Niko poa.
Karibu sana kwenye show.
Asante sana.
Yes. So we're talking about the US TikTok takeover. Let's go through some stories here first and then we break it down, right?
Okay.
So one of the headlines here talks about disastrous start for US TikTok as users cry censorship, right? And another headline also talks about TikTok finalizes deal to form new US entity to avoid ban. So a year after a federal law that effectively mandated a nationwide ban on TikTok went into effect, the platform announced the formation of a new US-based entity to comply with the statute, right? So TikTok confirmed that a joint venture made up mostly of the US-based investors had officially been formed to take over the app's operations for American users. First of all, what does that even mean?
So what that means is that so TikTok used to have an office in the United States.
Yes.
As we know, TikTok is from China. In the rest of the world, it's known as TikTok, but in Hong Kong and China, it's known as Douyin.
Douyin.
Yes. So what happened? What that means is that now the operations are only run by American entities. So this happened. This started in the first term of Trump.
Yes.
Where there was discussions of collection of data from mobile app users that use TikTok in the United States of America. So that's where the discussion started.
It didn't start with Biden.
No, it didn't start with Biden. Then it got into the Biden administration.
Oh, okay.
That's when the discussion now of how do we really ban this thing took in place. But Biden wasn't able to do that. But when Trump got in, TikTok was banned.
Yeah.
So users in the United States could not access TikTok for, I think, a week or something. So that's where now it became very serious.
Yeah.
But then this whole thing is very political in nature. It's really not about the technology that is TikTok.
Yeah.
So what is it about?
So it's about control of conversations on the internet. When Trump was talking about this was because obviously Trump is about his image. So it was all about what was being discussed on these platforms. Then what happened after October in Gaza accelerated this discussion because there was then the story of how do we control the narratives on these different platforms because that is becoming very vital in our society right now.
Yeah.
So because in the old times you would control this through magazines.
Yeah.
You'd control who owns radio station frequencies.
Yes.
But now with technology, everyone has a platform to talk about whatever they want to talk about.
You said TikTok operations run by American entities right now. So we're seeing now in the United States now it's currently run by American entities. Initially, they say that it was about protecting American data. You're saying it's not genuine.
So that is what everyone claims. By the end of the day, that's basically the reason. Because most of the technology we use right now are from the United States of America. All social media platforms we use, if you think about it. So the thing was, they have no control over what is being said, what are the community standards that run on the platform, what can and cannot be removed on the platform. So the narrative began with, we need to store our own citizens' data in our country. So this is where we have people with interests like Oracle getting into this deal, getting TikTok into the United States. And when you look at the current administration during the inauguration, the people that are on the front line are all tech CEOs.
Yeah.
So technology has become very vital in what discussions are being said about different countries. Yeah.
Now, I particularly was interacting with some of my friends who are living in the United States when the ban happened. Walikuwa wananiambia niwauzie FYP yangu na $1 a minute. It was a really funny time. But now we are coming back to say that this is actually not a tech issue. Like, it's not about how the app works and how the users integrate with the app, but it's more of the US corporations are trying to protect how the data that they're getting, not just from their citizens actually, but from all over the world. They already have major stake in a lot of the data that is going around from Facebook, Instagram, and all the other apps. But now they want a piece of TikTok too because it had a majority of users. Are we seeing a trend whereby global leaders are looking to tap into the biggest tech applications for them to retain power on what is said and what is not said on these apps? Is it a censorship of speech?
Yeah, it's you can call it control of speech. What can and cannot be said on these platforms. It happens even on the different platforms. Like you've said, there's need for that control of the data about their citizens for collecting and all that different purposes. So these platforms always have what they call community guidelines.
Yes.
These are things that you can or cannot post onto the platform.
Yes.
So, for example, there are things you don't get to see on these platforms because other people have seen it and removed it.
Yeah.
So they have a group of people who look at what is being posted. Then they're able to advise this needs to be removed, not accessible. So now we are getting into an age where a lot of discussions on different things and everyone's opinion is onto the platform.
Yeah.
So now there's how do you control narratives?
Just to familiarize with someone who's listening to us right now. Maybe I don't know why I need to check the type of information I put on my social media. Maybe I don't know how useful my name is, my email, my activity duration is. How is that information, how is that data used in real time? Like, how is it beneficial to these companies that are trying to get it?
So most of the internet we use right now is free, and it's free because we are being sold ads, or we are being presented ads on these platforms.
True.
So for them to provide you an ad, they need to know who you really are.
Yeah.
What you like, what you're discussing with your friends online.
Yeah.
Where you're going, where you live in this globe. So they can send you relevant ads so that you can click, then they're able to get paid. So that's how we've been able to use a number of these tools, because they've been paid for by companies paying for ads. Why do you really need to care? It's because right now, a lot of us, the first thing that we look when you wake up is the phone. Someone was joking that some of us don't even verify they have a voice when they wake up, but they open their phone to check the social media. So what you're being presented from the moment you wake up is really important. And you really need to ask, why is it that I'm seeing this kind of content on my feed? Because our feeds are very different. What you see when you wake up, what I see when I wake up is very different based on my interest and maybe based on where I'm located. So it really matters how this platform presents different kinds of information. Because right now, some of these feeds, you can see things you didn't even like, you didn't even follow. You see content from accounts that you didn't follow and maybe you're not even interested in, but you can see them in form of ads. So and these affects can really affect your opinions, your thoughts. And then again, we have a number of people who use these different platforms, but do not have the capacity to think about, okay, what is being said on these platforms. The good example is the things that our aunties forward on WhatsApp. Some of them are fake. Like right now in the age of AI.
Yeah, they do not know.
They do not know what is real and what's not real. So we really have to ask, really care about what is being presented to us on a daily basis. Yeah.
What kind of control does this give? The United States when it comes to TikTok?
So right now, what you're seeing is a major of the complaints coming from the United States was they couldn't post certain keywords that regard the politics in the United States. Also, they weren't able to see some videos of what is happening in the United States. So this is where the biggest issue began. Because right now, as you know what's happening there's a lot of politics and a lot of narratives that are being pushed. So what matters really is what is being said and what image is being presented to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So again, and then at the end of the day, again, there's money to be made on these platforms. So ads by the new companies that have bought the platform. Yeah.
Are we about to see a space where, I mean, with now this particular sale, are we about to see a space where other countries can come in and say, you know what, for you to be in our country, we have to get own a percentage or a share of this platform for us to be able to have some sort of control?
Yeah, so there was discussions around data sovereignty.
Yeah.
So a lot of some of the countries were thinking about what data is about our citizens is getting out of our own country. So there are countries that are pushing their data to be stored in their country. Now then, this becomes very difficult because if you do not have the economic or political power in this world, there's some things you can't ask for or request from these companies. So there has been initiatives around let's have our citizens' data stored in our country for different reasons. Yeah.
Okay.
Mi naangalia data hapa yasema kwamba tuanze hapo kwenye ownership. Nasema American investors watakuwa wana hold up to 80.1% ya hiyo joint venture, while
ByteDance it's
wanaitwa hivyo.
Yes.
19.9%. Kwa yule mwana TikToker ambaye tunazungumza naye hapa sasa hivi, anatusikiliza na yeye yuko huko. Na last year, that is, nilisikia TikTok ya biashara haiko huku kwetu. Iko wako nayo huko wao wenyewe. Huku sisi tumeletwa ni ile Miriam wanasema vibes and inshallah. Now hii takeover yenye wanataka kufanya hawa Marekani, how will it affect wale sisi tuko huku TikTok wa huku? Mimi si one of them. How wa huku niko huko TikTok but hata wasielewe. But so he arithmetically inakaaje?
Ule John mzee ama
ninakuaga lakini hata sishikani.
Wewe mkutana violence.
So I think mtu ambako huko kusema Kenya anafaa jali juu sasa the new owners wanaweza detect how the platform works. Unaona? Because again, hizi vitu sisi tunaona ama they are public companies that we can debate, sit down with them and say, oh, tufanye hivi na hivi na hivi. These are private companies with private interest. So the 81% is going to define what TikTok looks in the future. So the other huge disadvantage we have is when you use these platforms for businesses or for brands is that hatuna control over how these platforms will move forward. When you see other platforms, for example, algorithms gonna change. What kind of content you post is determined by them. Seti wewe ndo utawaambia nataka kupost this kind of content. Hiyo ndo shida ya kutumia vifaa ambavyo hatu sisi wenyewe. Hiyo ndo shida kubwa.
And you've mentioned algorithm. Like, who really controls the algorithm after this deal?
So now probably it's going to be the 80-something% owners. They say the algorithm is usually determined based on your likes, what you're interested on the platform, what you have been seeing on the platform. But again, always remember that everything has its own political attachments to it.
Yeah.
And you have to look at who is the 80%, the 80+% of those owners. So you go look at who are the owners and what their kind of businesses they do. It can give you a hint of where the platform is going.
What impact would this have on us? Now bring it back home.
So I think on us, the impact could be what America has been seeing is a reduction of some views of their content. Some of their content has disappeared. We have some who have had millions of followers on TikTok. Their accounts banned a week after the deal was sealed. So I think the impact could be maybe in terms of what we can discuss, continue discussing on these platforms.
Yeah. And Sally mentioned something about the TikTok, is it the interface? You'll correct me, that we have here is a bit different from what is on the United States. Could you speak to that?
Yeah, this is kind of common in tech, because in tech you can segment people based on location. So for example, even the TikTok that the America or the rest of us see is different from what is in China. So this is a tool that they use to sometimes there are laws that you need to follow. So for example, business, when you're doing these platforms, you have to look at how do you get payments for people who want to use TikTok for business. So you have to follow the different rules and regulations of different countries. So I think they're taking time to manage, figure out those regulations before they get into other markets. Because in the United States, it's very easy to get started because it's one country that you have control over and you know the regulations. So now you have to think about the different regulations of different countries before you roll out some of these products.
Why is it that again a conversation that we've had? Why is it that users in Kenya are making less money than the users in the United States? What's different?
So some saying it's economics in the sense that some of the ads people in the United States see they take action on and are able to buy stuff. So then in some of our countries, some of us do not have the economic power to buy some things. So you see an ad, you skip it immediately. So that does not translate to economic value to the platform. So that means, again, whoever is creating content on TikTok, they get paid less because the people in your own country are not buying.
They're not consuming the
yes,
ads.
they're not converting.
To skip.
Yes, they're not converting the ads into revenue for different businesses.
For real?
So, yeah.
Okay.
I think TikTok heavily influenced the US elections, Juicy. The ones that happened between Kamala and Trump. So guys who are following the far left were getting a lot of content from the far left. If you are from the far right, you are getting that content. So it means that social media is taking a really huge role in influencing our political decisions. And not just that, we're talking about TikTok in business. When you go into shops in the US nowadays, there are actually booths for creators to go live and sell their products live. So that means TikTok has both political and economical value to the United States. And of course, it's the reason why they need to put control. Now the question comes here. I made, let's say we have called you a technologist. You can create a platform and your platform is to serve users in a specific way. But then capitalism comes in and tells you that, okay, you want to become rich, publicly list your company. And when you publicly list your company, the people who are interested in buying your company are the people who have ulterior motives. They don't just want it for the money. They want to control it in a certain way. Is there a conversation around the tech developers for them to have some sort of sovereignty, to have some sort of moral stance and be like, we are creating this app just for the users and we don't want it to be influenced in any political way or any economical way or in any way whatsoever that's going to either be biased to the users or not in favor of the users?
So it's a very hard thing to do because, again, you need money to run these platforms. So as a techie who is building such a tool, I think you initially have to think about those morals and ethics that you are referencing to when you're designing these tools. But again, the other challenge is for you to get many users and continuous engagement on the platform. There are things you have to do that might go against your morals and ethics because, again, that translates to how much money will you be making to be able to even sustain the platform itself. Buying for these servers, hiring engineers, marketers, and all that needs money.
Yeah.
So it's a huge challenge in the sense that you need outside capital unless you're born in money or you've just come across money on the street to be able to run these platforms and be able to grow the users. Again, if you're benefiting the users, again, the platform needs to exist and work perfectly. So money has to come in one way or another.
That is a tricky situation.
Data security leo mmeniweza,
Sema data
lakini
security.
niko na maswali kidogo yananitia wasiwasi. Hapa itakuja kwenye ile follow up ya question ya Miriam yenye ameuliza. Now tunatumia sijui different whatever hiyo technology yako wewe wenyewe unajua. But hapa kwa data security, US user data will be stored in Oracle US, right? Cloud huko kwao and managed by the new joint venture. Sawa. What happens to wale wenye data zao wana feed? The other day we are here about data whatever yule mama alikuja
Data
hapa
protection.
data protection. Now yeyote mwenye ako na account TikTok kama mimi na wengine, of course Miriam ni big user yeye, data yake iko huko. Yao inastoiwa wapi na hawa wao yao inastoiwa huko? What ni implications?
It is
that
implications.
will come with this.
What implications will come with that?
Yes.
Yeah, so kuna huge implications. I always say when you're using these tools, when you talk about cloud, think of it as Miriam's computer.
Okay.
That you use every single day. You go in, put your photos there, you put your videos there. She has control over those videos. She can see those videos. So when you think about cloud, or you think about Oracle, as you've mentioned, think of it as Miriam's computer. That everyone is now sending their photos and videos to her computer. So what can she do with that data?
Whatever I want.
Whatever she wants. Whatever meets
Yeah.
her needs for money, for example. Ways to make money. If you go look at the history of Oracle, there are very interesting contracts with the government. Oracle was actually founded by one of very interesting contracts they had with the government of the United States. So when you go look at that history, then now you tie it to this ownership. There's a lot value that can be gotten from data. One, we live in the age of AI, right? So more people uploading the videos and content means I have data to train my AI systems, which means I can now sell you back AI tools for you to use.
Yeah.
The other thing is I can collect data about the data that you're uploading. So it's not the videos you're uploading, but the data about the videos uploading. Where are they coming from? What device are you using? What networks are you using to access these platforms? To be able to segment you into different cocoons, to be able to send you specific data, to send you specific ads, to be able to sell this data to government agencies that need to...
CIA.
I've not said that. You mentioned that.
You've said that. Salim. Yeah.
So this is the thing is when you use someone else's computer, you're leaving a lot of your footprint on their computers.
Okay.
So I think the most important thing is now, this is not new. It's been happening years since technology. A lot of technology comes from different defense departments, different countries. So our technologies, so how we use it, we have to be cautious moving on now with the age of AI, because again, we are providing our representations to these machines. So I've been seeing a new trend on my WhatsApp statuses of my contacts. They've created AI-generated images of themselves. It's a trend. So, but how did they generate that?
Yeah.
They gave their face
and the
information. They
I
told
saw
them,
that. It was saying you are giving ChatGPT a prompt to create a caricature of you, who you are and what job you do, and then you tell it based on the information you know about me. So it creates, if you are into, kama umekuwa ukiambia ChatGPT I want workout preferences like Miriam, ingetoa picha ya Miriam akifanya hivi. If most of the pictures I take are usually in the studio, so the picture it gave me was of this whole studio, and I'm like, oh my god, these guys have so much information about us. And then to make it further, it's a trend, so everyone is showing that they have also given out the information to this thing. Is there a problem with that? Ama, should we just accept it? Is it the new fashion?
I know some will say I just accept it and move on. Enjoy your life and go.
It does not affect you directly.
Like what's the downside of sharing such sharing so much data?
Because that's,
because
those photos
we're giving
are so
out
cool,
information
man.
willingly.
Yeah, those photos are very cool, and that's why they're very tempting to try and generate them. So I think the consequences right now is that now with AI, right, you're giving these platforms your images, your representations. You tell them what you do, where you work, the kind of work you do. That can be used to train again their continuous use of these tools. But then the other tools that are very vital, where this kind of facial representation is very important. Facial recognition tools that can recognize you, identify you from very far away. This is what they use in drone technologies to target people and all that kind of things. Again, you're feeding a machine, then you have to go look at who are ChatGPT's customers. That's usually the best way to know where your data is ending up. What kind of contracts are they getting from these different companies and agencies? So you have to worry because the people who are getting your data may not have your best interests at heart.
Okay. Brighton, I want to take you back a bit. When we talk about US owning a percentage, we've said 80 something percent, 80.1%, and then ByteDance owning a minority stake, right? Are we just thinking about, and is it just them controlling the algorithm within their country, or is it worldwide? How bad is it?
So I think now it will be a worldwide problem.
Okay.
Because again, TikTok is a worldwide platform that's accessed all over. So I think it will be a question of now again, where is the geopolitics that now surround the owner of the platform now? What interest do they have in Venezuela? What interest do they have in Kenya? So what kind of content do we push in those countries? Again, you remember narratives used to be pushed by newspapers, radio stations, and all that. Now it's very digital.
Yes.
And the thing about digital is that it's very personal to the users of the digital. So it's very easy to push kind of certain narratives toward them.
Yeah. Are we also seeing a space, and also again, it said that if TikTok were to not sell a percentage of its shares, like to them, then they would shut it down, they would ban it, right? If it were the other way around, would we have seen the United States budge? Is it also just a way for it to exert dominance within other countries?
Yeah, I think the ownership is very important, as you said, exerting dominance. Because when you look at these discussions around data sovereignty when it comes to the United States, it's always some Chinese company. Initially, before TikTok, it was Huawei. Huawei is everywhere. Even Kenyans are using Huawei for whatever is holding a Huawei phone. So that was kind of the start of discussions around, because again, China is a company that seems to have been behind technology-wise, but has catched up very fast. And you see, TikTok is a good example of a tool that came out of them, but then and reached the whole world. So I think that need to exert control is very, very important.
Yeah. Okay.
TikTok aside, I read this certain report that Instagram gave in conclusion to the year 2025, and they were talking about, one of the highlights was AI, that there's a lot of content. Actually, into perspective, there's a lot of content that we all release collectively as human beings. Our own radio station platform is gonna post like 15 posts, but that's just one account. So many people post each and every day, and then on top of that, now there are AI posts. And then now the thing is, over time, AI posts and original posts, there's a blur. The AI looks realer and the realer looks faker. And we are merging like this. And so the Instagram guys were saying now we need these digital platforms need to invest in ways to watermark, in ways to show that this is actually AI generated, and it's becoming crazier and crazier as time goes by because AI is becoming better and better. Today we mark something called Safer Internet Day. This is Safer Internet Day 2026. In 2026, is the internet safer than it was last year or yesterday or
it's you can say it's less safer, but again, as we mentioned, there's need to mark these videos and content as AI generated, because even some of the techies struggle to identify AI generated images. The other day, a friend of mine posted a photo on her status. So then I looked at the photo and said, so this photo is AI generated. And it's like, come to look at it. It's she didn't know.
No.
Even for techies, it's very hard to know.
Then how did she get it?
No, she was sent a photo.
Oh, okay.
So it looked like it was an event.
Okay.
So someone was in front talking about something.
Yeah.
But now when I looked at the photo, the audience and the person speaking in front was like, there's some mismatch
Yeah.
in how that image is displayed.
Yes.
Again, you have to be very, very, you have to be a person who pays attention to photos and videos. So, for example, I like photography. So it's very easy for me to see
That.
something that is AI generated.
Yeah.
But again, there's a whole lot of people who do not know how to detect an AI generated. Even the worst AI generated photo, someone will believe it to be true.
Yeah.
Now, and that is a large percentage of us. So it means there is really need for any content that's AI generated to be marked as AI generated. And when you mark it, make it easier for people to see that mark
Yeah.
that it's AI generated. Because it's going to cause a whole lot of problems. Even before AI, technology was causing a lot of problems with the misinformation and all that spread of content online. We are getting to an election very soon.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking of. Yeah, like how crazy it would get, come 2027 with a lot of misinformation. I can easily just put out information that's not really right about my opponent, right?
And even bots.
Yes.
Bots can just
Exactly.
You can employ 15,000 bots to just tweet slander, tweet wrong information, and when you feed that information to the people who actually consume it, that sways a lot of public opinion.
Yeah, it's becoming tricky. The last time we had an election where a lot of technology was influenced was the time when they had Cambridge Analytica in our country, deciding how people were seeing content on the internet. That time AI was not there. So now we're in a situation where anyone with ChatGPT or some free AI tool can generate a video of someone speaking about a certain issue and share it online, and so many people will believe that as true. So I think we have to worry about how do we teach people to identify this information. And again, we need now institutions or organizations that can be able to say validate content that is posted online, help people know, hey, this video has been going viral, but it's not real. So I think there's need for that support moving forward because it's very hard for people to be able to detect these things.
All right. I like that. So we've been speaking to Brighton Mwasaru. Very, very interesting conversation. I was just thinking about that, and I'm like, we need to talk about how technology will actually influence our elections that are coming up in 2027. We talk about it like it's something, it's not new, it's here, and it might actually have a huge impact. Definitely a conversation to have. Thank you for making time today.
Thank you.
We do appreciate. From us to you, we say adios. It's been a good morning today.
So a wonderful one.
Yeah.